Alright, let's rock and roll. Bottling plant. Classic loading in lag, but we're all good. Alright, we gotta go to Stellar Bay.
Step lively, Miss Holcomb.
I'm not winded. Honest. My, boot was untied.
Would hate for you to get left behind, or architect forbid, become lost.
Poor Braxton.
I don't want to think about it.
Eaten by cannibals?
How do we get around there? Must be a back alley of some kind. At the back of this cannery? Oh, flip. Lorient, how's it going? Be easy.
Hey, Velma, I got your caffeinoid pills.
You're a life's...
For that, for that.
favor. Hope Abigail didn't give you a hard time.
All right!
Thank you very much for the
Nothing.
resubscription.
Don't know how much longer I can...
High five, thank you.
Here you go.
Oh, shoot. Alright, we gotta meet with Catherine in Fallbrook. It is pretty cool. It does look good. Ooh. Sneak attack damage, stealth skills. Unlocked a new thing. Oh, waiting to come to Steam? No problem. It looks good though. It is pretty fun, worth a playthrough.
Hey, Cass. Knock, knock.
Go away, white.
I don't think I like Miss Catherine. Not just on account of the swearing.
Speaking to my left ear, will you? Right one's damaged. Last we talked, I only got half of what you said. Well, I'm half listening.
I'm the fixer for your sublight problem.
Good of you to finally haul your ass over here. I wired for backup weeks ago. Got something that's gonna require special extraction from Cascadia.
Right, the Alta Vitae stuff.
So you got a brain on them shoulders. Excellent. Makes my life a world easier. To extract the gas, you'll need to siphon it from the lab in Cascadia into one of your ship's fuel tanks. Totally safe.
Yeah, define safe.
Meaning safe for me and my crew, seeing as it ain't us undertaking the risk.
Well, I can get it done.
I do like your gumption, but let's not be hasty. To get to the gas, you'll need to navigate through the town, which is overrun by marauders.
I think I already
The
did
lab
that.
itself has become an infested nest, crawling with manties. You gotta fight through or figure out some other way to exterminate them. Maybe the ventilation system?
Yeah, I'll find a way around the Mantisaurus.
That's why Lilia's paying you, I take it. Now, after you clear the mantis nest and reach the storage room, all that's left is to get the gas flowing into the fuel system. The task will require someone with technical skills. Or you could force it through with a plasma overload. Don't recommend that option, though, unless you want to get dead.
We have an engineer.
Load vapors into a liquid propellant tank? I think I know how to do that. No, I can do that. I think. Yes. Mostly? Definitely.
Dandy. Did I mention the gas is of an extremely volatile nature? Handle it with the utmost of care. Once you've got our goods, take them to the groundbreaker. Lilia's fencers ought to handle the rest of it. I've marked the coordinates for you to the lab in Cascadia. Use the passcode Antediluvian on the terminal to get in. Best of luck, Fixer.
See, there's that password I was so concerned about yesterday. Alright, terminal, supervisor override, antediluvian. Oh. Rizzo's secret laboratory. It's Rizzo's. That's not how it goes. I can't remember how it goes.
Hello? Anybody here?
Ooh, I can hack it actually. Rizzo's. That's how it goes.
Nicely done.
And there's a weapon in here, I think. Signal Ada to land on the Cascadia pad. Go. Search for the field controls. Located above the above the flavor R&D lab. I understand we're bound for a secondary lab. Will you be supervising our research this time, or will it be the standard work from the Shadows routine? From Redacted, you will not see me, but I will be close. Continue your research, Doctor. Report to me when you achieve the mission and end state. Okay. For your optimism lore, what we're doing isn't easy under the best of circumstances, much less with the board cutting corners. I promise you that our research will lead to a better Halcyon, even if we have to pay a terrible cost getting there. From Redacted. From Chartrand to Redacted. With all respect, I urge you to reconsider your decision to classify our research results on the native fauna of Terra 1. I assure you that we will diligently redact any references to our project or its purpose from any papers we release. We have made several discoveries about how the terraforming process affected the nucleon of the Raptidon and Manta families. At the very least, allow us to inform our fellow board researchers that these creatures will perish when O2 concentrations are reduced to 19.5%, a level within human tolerance. This is not about fame or prestige, this is about potentially saving lives. Please, whoa. That's pretty good. So they're researching they can reduce oxygen concentration to a level where humans can survive, but the Raptidons and Manta Queens can't. Oh.
Watch your step, Captain. Someone's left traps all over.
Yeah, they did.
We've got a fight on our hands.
Everyone all right?
I play cool, thank you. Tremor Cleaver Ultra.
Rest with us.
Pretty good. Have I been in here? No, I haven't. I couldn't have been in here. This just looks similar to another place I've been.
Impressive as always.
Let's see. Chief concern is rejection of the tissue, a problem as classical as limb transplantation, though obviously on a cellular level. Scale of the problem, though. Even with the Alta Vitae bolstering, our efforts and achievement of such proportion has never been attempted or even considered. How do we define a tolerable failure rate when the losses could swell to affect millions? Even 1% is unthinkable. I have much to consider. Project has been assigned to a secondary lab. I'm told the board is pulling out of Terra 1 and we don't have time to transfer our research. For once, I'm grateful our labors didn't make significant strides here. I won't forget Tom's sacrifice. Up until the end, he knew it had to happen. If it wasn't one of us, the board would have volunteered inmates from Tartarus. I'll be sure to carry his example to the new lab and the next phase of human trials. Aw, poor Tom.
Nice. I have your back.
Don't mess with us.
Connect storage tanks to the landing pad refueling system. Okay. Yeah, the handgun is really cool. Air refueling system offline. Realign the fuel pumps to proceed. Okay. Ooh. Come on, guys. What are you doing? Oh, oh. Okay. No, I don't play cheat. Yo, tinkering costs minus 50%. Let's see. Let's do reduce armor. There we go. Actually, what it is I'm this character is a sniper, so I have this really strong sniper rifle. They have 100 long guns, so I do really high damage with just one bullet, so I don't actually use a lot of ammo. I have, look, like 5,000 something of light ammo, 2,000 heavy, and like 5,000 energy ammo. I just don't use a lot of it. Okay. Have a good one. Bye. Have a good day. Ooh.
Nice.
Okay, I'm gonna go siphon the gas over there. Animal testing, human trials over at the... We actually accidentally skipped that terminal, so... We had double the animal testing here, but then they were moving on to human trials over in Terra 2, I think it is.
Let me take a look-see. Okay, I'm thinking if I patch this into our fuel cell network, we can use the empty tanks to hold this ulta-wada-viddle stuff. Just gotta compensate for the pressure difference. We burn liquid reaction mass, not gas, and the cells are distributed all through the hull, so I gotta isolate the empties.
Relax, you can do this.
Absolutely, Captain. No worries.
Abso-surely.
There we are. Good as pretty and twice as new.
Nice work.
Oh, I just did my thing. You know.
Chin up. Pride in our work now.
Grab all this goodness. Anything in
I
here?
guess
Nope.
this is what Edgewater's gonna look like in a couple of years.
That's
Never had
depressing.
much of a sweet tooth myself. Indulgences like Rizzo's were frowned upon in my household.
Alright. Now I've got the mind control ray. There aren't any people left out here, huh? Alright, nothing left on here. Let's get into the unreliable.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
Pop these in here. Gotta break those down.
I like what you've done with the place. Kitschy collectibles are such a human inclination.
I think the cap is level 30, so... Alright, we're good on that.
Our fuel cells are now primed with Alta Vitae gas. We've arrived at the groundbreaker.
Hey, be careful with those crates, huh?
CNP Burst Pockets can be macroed in 2.5 seconds. Burst Pockets.
They're always watching me.
That gas is going to make us a fucking mint. 120-some cubic meters of it, at 1,000,000 bits a pop. Take this. You've earned it. When we get buyers lined up, I'm gonna buy a gold toilet to shit in.
Ah, Persuade 100. Damn, dude. And she gave me only 2,100-bit cartridges. Height of ambition for us all.
You're goddamn right. Monarch isn't exactly a walk down the lanes of Byzantium. But here you are with all your limbs attached. Call me impressed, contractor.
In case you were curious, no one was following me?
No one you saw, anyway. Glad to see you're looking out for yourself. You've been keeping busy. I hear you took on some extra work at Fallbrook. Catherine sounds pleased as a pig in shit over cornering the Borst markets. Hey, when you were at the slaughterhouse, those swine didn't give you any strange looks, did they?
Could have sworn one of them winked at me.
I knew it. I'm probably getting worked up over nothing. Just try not to think about pigs. You never know, you know?
Doing okay?
I've got a lot on my mind, but it's nothing that concerns you. At least, not yet. I have another job lined up, assuming you're still interested in work. They're gonna salvage me a space station. Heliospheric Research Station 1084, to be exact. I want it. Cobwebs and all. Interested?
How big we talking? Not like groundbreaker big, right?
This opportunity won't come around again, Captain.
Yeah, just point me in the right direction, I
Here,
guess.
this override bypass should get you into the station's systems, where you can plant my flag. And one last thing. When you get there, make sure you aren't followed. We wouldn't want that.
Yeah, you're being cryptic again.
I'm being smart. Try it sometime.
Reputation
I'm on the heels of
decreased.
something big. Play your cards right and I'll clue you in, but right now, I'm not sure who I can trust. Just be careful. Someone might try and use you to get to me.
Interesting. Byzantium docks. Let's do this one actually. Let's do Vicar Max's situation.
Oh, I am alert and awake. Not to worry. I take our ship's security highly seriously.
Let's talk to Parvati, actually. She's got a
This
quest.
is my favorite room. It's so spacious.
Hey, Captain. I hope I wasn't too much bother at the bar. I did have fun, and I tried some things I never would have otherwise. Some of the drinks we tried I even liked. I guess it's not all disgusting. And I don't feel it today. I guess that water must have worked. I'm glad I had you looking out for me.
Glad to hear it.
I wouldn't mind having a drink again. Someday. In the distant future. Anyway. I messaged Junlei when we got back and she replied super quick. Okay. I was awake half the night, thinking about what I sent, anxious to see what you said. I reread my message in the morning, and it was unclear. I was drinking when I sent it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the courage. Also, sorry for the typos.
Okay, not bad so far.
I've ruined things in the past because I didn't say things I should have, like, I've met someone who's become special to me. I want to be honest with her, so if she feels the same about me, there won't be any surprises.
The Isabel crisis was all a big misunderstanding.
Yeah. In my defense, it's not like June was all too clear about what she was trying to say. She still ain't. I ought to go write her back. I mean, I already did. Twice. But anyhow, thanks for taking me out, Captain.
You got it. Quest complete. Cool. Let's go to Scylla. Scylla is one of the largest asteroids orbiting Halcyon, the largest in a grouping of rocks known as the Charybdis Cluster. Hephaestus Mining once claimed this asteroid, but its prospecting site was abandoned decades ago.
Destination reached. Scylla.
We gotta talk about this. Hey boss, got a hypothetical for you? You got a friend, see? Somebody you knew when you were growing up. You were close. Then one day, they up and vanished. 5 years go by, they send you a message out of the aether. What's going through your head?
Shock and disbelief, seeing how most of my friends are still on Earth.
Right, forgot about that. Though, shock and disbelief's a good way to put it. Guy by the name of Clyde Harlow. He was an old friend of mine. Honestly, he was probably my first and longest friend. I just heard from him. Says he wants to talk to me. Says it's urgent.
That's obviously important to you. Let's go.
Figured I should let you know, seeing as we're on Scylla and all. Clyde's got a base on the other side of this rock. I appreciate this, boss. I know you're going out of your way for me.
Yeah, let's go. I'll take Felix and Vicar Max since they both got quests out here. Whoa.
might be tough.
Let's take him down!
Taking these things out from like a mile away. Man, look at this sky. That's insane.
Where'd we go?
Next. Nobody? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Here we go.
Oh, that's the last of him.
Oh, I've been here before. That's why I was looking familiar. Man. Didn't realize I had been out here before.
What have the solar winds deposited on my doorstep now? Just more dirt and debris? Or do you actually believe you are here seeking the truth? I must admit, I tire of the truth seekers. Mayhaps you're here to rob me? That would be so much more exciting.
I mean, I could. We're here to get this book translated.
We've been told this was once yours. I believe the knowledge within here contains the answers I seek. Answers that will free men's minds from toil.
I can translate it, but it won't do you any good. I can see you are a man in a hurry, and the insights in that book would take you years of study to fully comprehend.
I have spent my life in contemplation. I believe my mind is prepared to receive the truth.
We've come a long way to help Max get some peace. Is there anything you can do to help?
There is one way that can speed up the process. It involves a combination of several ingredients, some of which can be fatal. It is not for the faint of heart or the unprepared.
What happens if you're unprepared?
Either hallucinations followed by unconsciousness and a headache, or raving insanity, which can be fun in its own way.
When you say ingredients, you mean drugs, right?
A crass way to put it, but yes. Chemicals that can expand or destroy the participant's consciousness.
But Max just said he was prepared, though.
And I believe he may be right. There is both violence and peace warring inside you, Max. This process would be extremely tenuous for one such as yourself.
I'm committed, no matter the cost.
No matter the cost. It's just drugs, Max. We ain't making you walk in front of a firing squad.
I'm in.
All right. Head on into the meditation room and partake of the sacramental incense. It's waiting on the table when you're ready to begin.
she just conveniently had the medicinal aids ready.
Poor Maximilian, why are you still doing this?
Oops, sorry. I
You've
just
been fighting against the world
mashed the door with my
since
heater.
you left home. Haven't you figured out yet that the more you fight, the more pain you cause yourself?
Mother, you're dead. You can't be here. I knew this was too good to be true. These are just cheap hallucinogens that have... What's happening to my voice? Does my voice sound weird to you? And what's wrong with your face?
What's wrong, Max? Can't think straight? Now you know how I feel. Wait, forget I said that.
If she's a hallucination, why am I seeing her too?
We are obviously the victims of a tasteless joke being perpetuated... perpetrated? I mean, we're being made fools of, aren't we? When I get out of here, I'm going to show that hermit what you get for messing with me.
Maximilian, always ready to give up, to lash out, always searching for answers, but always in the wrong place, never looking inside himself.
You look inside yourself all the time, Max. Or with your head buried up your posterior.
We've come all this way, we ought to at least hear her out.
Thank you. It relieves me to see there's at least one positive influence in my son's life after all these years. Has he told you how he thoughtlessly abandoned us?
Thoughtlessly? How could you say that? I only wanted you and Father to be proud of me. I was going to be the perfect vessel. I was going to be a better... more full of the plan. This here, it's all coming out wrong. The plan, it filled you with a joy I could never feel. I wanted it. And being a laborer made me miserable. I was better than that.
You certainly convinced yourself you were. But don't feel bad. We continually lie to ourselves, weaving stories in a vain attempt to convince us that we are in control of anything. These stories are how we try to make sense of our lives, but they are not real, are they? They're just stories. You need to drop your story and see the truth.
I got your story right here. I'm Vicar Max. I'm uptight. I love the church, and I'm a stooge for the board. And I don't understand that Felix is a genius.
We shouldn't have taken Felix on this vision quest. But seeing the truth is easier said than done.
You want me to give up my discipline? My control? But I can't. I can't. Without order, there is chaos.
You need to love the chaos, Maximilian. Let it envelop you. Take you where it will. Besides, you really have no choice anyway.
No, that's not true. The basis of everything is order, not chaos. It's true, I know it is. So did you. Why are you denying it? Before you died, the plan made you happy.
No, it didn't. I made myself happy. There's nothing holding you back but you. If you can't understand that, you will never understand anything. Goodbye, Maximilian.
This whole thing, it's just a farce, right? Just my own brain working against me?
I don't think so. The only thing...
You couldn't be more right.
Oh.
Hello, Max. What? Who? Why do you look like me? Are you me? Not really. I'm who you think you are. I am disciplined, controlled. I have no doubts. And I don't exist. Yet you have judged yourself against me your whole life. Why? Why do you berate yourself for not being me?
Yeah, Max? Why do you do that?
Intelligence, Max, I figured it out. You need to kill this guy now. Kill his perfect self to become his more true self. That's kind of poetic. Let's try it.
What are you talking about?
He's yourself. You need to get rid of him. Get it? It's almost like a bad joke.
I can do that. We
up,
can
boss.
handle it.
Did we die?
I see you're back with us. Feared we lost you there. Never seen anyone pass out yet stay upright before.
Yeah, what happened?
I woke up. The illusions I built for myself just fell away. I'm no longer interpreting, I'm experiencing. Everything is perfect.
Glad you found the answers you were looking for.
In a way. Perhaps it's more accurate to say I was asking the wrong questions. I understand so much more now. I see it all. All there is to be experienced, to be lived. Of course there is pain and loss, but the suffering is caused by trying to control reality. Clinging to the way you want things to be, not enjoying the way they are.
Yeah, there may be something to that.
I am content. I've finally found what I was looking for, even though I was looking for the wrong thing.
So, have you found your answers?
Not so much found as finally listened.
Yes, it is quite the convoluted maze we build for ourselves.
Existence is simpler with your eyes closed. It takes courage to open them.
It looks like you learned something in there as well.
I believe I did.
Hearing that brings me great joy, my friend.
We should go. Let's bounce, homie. Actually, friendships do. What? Travel to his landing pad. Oh, he's at the landing pad. Inside the ship?
Why was I built to feel ennui?
Oh, Harlow's base. Perhaps I am that epic explorer. No, you're gonna need to save up your money and buy my autobiography. Guess I don't want to shoot them.
Hey, you. Looking for something? Where do you think you're going?
Through you if you push me.
Hey, nice form. Good delivery, too. You looking to join Captain Harlow's crew, huh? All right, go on through. Got my sights on you.
Looks like he's inside. What I get for blindly following the marker.
Well, hey there, Hullhead. Clawed your way out of the groundbreaker at long last?
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry, were you expecting me to say something? Maybe a long time no see, or a you've aged, old man?
Well, this is awkward. I'll let you two work this out.
I thought you were dead. Or throwing yourself against the walls of some re-education center. That's been 5 years, Clyde. The best thing you can say is, hey there, Hullhead?
No, Felix. The best thing I can say to you is yet to come. Also, I'd like to have a word with your captain. So, you took Felix under your wing. Kept him busy. Good. Kid always needed a place to belong.
Felix will always have a place in this crew. He's family to us now.
Hear that, Clyde? I've been making something out of myself.
So long as you haven't been making a fool of yourself. I'm sure Felix has no end of stories to tell of your exploits together. I look forward to catching up with the boy.
Why is Felix so like aggro with this guy? You was friends with him 5 years ago? What's the story here? Why are we
I'm
here?
working on something. Something big. Something the likes of which Halcyon has never seen. And I want Felix to be a part of my initiative. I'm fulfilling a promise I made to the boy, that one day he and I would change the colony together. That day has finally arrived.
Easy there, Clyde. No one said nothing about throwing in with you. In case you didn't notice, I'm pretty happy where I am.
I'm not asking you to walk away from your captain, Felix. But neither should you allow yourself to be controlled by fear.
Oh, like a father figure? Yeah,
Change
maybe.
is not to be feared. I brought you here because I want to know where Felix's loyalties lie. When the day of our revolution comes, I want to know that I can rely on him.
You expect me to just hand over my own crew? Go fuck yourself. You want to put him through a test?
Everyone in my crew proves their loyalty. No exceptions. Not even
But he's
Felix.
He's not in your crew.
I want you to deal with a traitor for me. Name's Trask. Kill him, and bring me proof of his death. His ring should do nicely.
And what did he do to deserve death?
Ratted us out to the board. He's been an informant. Has been for years. When he realized I was onto him, he and his little cadre mutinied. Killed 5 of my own and tucked tail. I don't know where he's hiding, but his wife might. Rosanna. Lives on the groundbreaker last I checked. Rosanna knows my crew by name and face, but you're a stranger to her. She'll talk to you.
There's more to this than you're letting on.
You think so? Maybe we should have a word with Trask. Get his side of the story first.
You'd be wasting your breath bandying words with that traitor. But if it makes you feel better, by all means. Remember, I want proof. Bring me his ring. I don't care if the hand's still attached. Here, my token. Think of this as my personal signature. Anyone who knows me by my works will know me by this token.
Alright, how old do you know Felix?
Well enough. It's been a few years.
Toss it
but
in the trash.
I still remember a thing or two. You had a chip on your shoulder. You'd argue over anything and you'd never back down.
What do you mean, had? And for the record, you never could admit when you lost an argument.
You see what I had to deal with? Let's hear it.
Felix tells me you disappeared one day.
I was working on this plan for years, saving every bit I could, drawing plans, biding my time. I never intended to spend my life laboring on the Groundbreaker. When the opportunity presented itself, I did what I had to do. I left.
You might have said something.
I had some ugly business in Scylla. If I told you, I would have implicated you.
Hey, you want to elaborate on that?
Hephaestus controlled mining operations all over Scylla. Most of these operations failed. The company pulled out and abandoned their facilities. Mostly abandoned anyway. This one was running on a skeleton crew. My associates and I seized control in a matter of minutes.
What's this big thing you're working on? Reminds you of a prison break? Scylla? Like that word specifically?
A revolution is the work of a lifetime, Captain. I've spent my life preparing for the day of Halcyon's reckoning. Everything you see around you is the result of that preparation. A base of operations, loyal soldiers, freedom from the board's oversight.
Oh, no, I never watched the actual show Prison Break. I know Dawkins did. The only thing I know about the show Prison Break is that Dawkins watched it.
Hardly. The board is rotting from the inside. Tomorrow, next year, a generation from now, eventually, the board will fall to pieces. Entropy is the natural state of the universe, Captain. All systems inevitably dissolve. When that day comes to Halcyon, we will be ready.
That was simultaneously the least scientific and most pompous statement I've heard in ages. Well done, Mr. Harlow.
A vicar.
That's a got him right there.
I never imagined a man of the cloth living the adventurer's life. You do keep some interesting company. Was there anything else?
That's it for now, dude. I don't know what this guy's plan is, but I'm not convinced I'm going to be allying with him just yet.
If you stop in the engine room, would you ask Parvati to send Sam down to the bridge?
Okay.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Rosanna.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local ward embassy.
This is Halcyon News. We
Hey there.
You mind? Trying to have a moment here.
Are you Rosanna Trask?
Yeah, I was called that once upon a day. You need something?
Looking for Rufus Trask.
Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms. I don't know where he is. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Hear about that? I'm on the level. You can ask Junlei about me.
You're telling me you're on a first-name basis with Ms. Tennyson?
I repaired the Groundbreaker's radiators for her.
Yeah, the promenade doesn't feel like I'm walking the surface of Tartarus. So that was you, huh? Rufus is hiding out in Emerald Vale. Got a few friends with him. That's as much as I know. Please, just make it quick.
Okay, Emerald Vale. You guys split up?
That's right. Our marriage contract expired some months ago. And seeing how he's technically an outlaw, I wouldn't renew even if I wanted to.
Marriage contract. Harlow tells me Trask betrayed him. You know anything about that?
Only that Rufus is in a bad way. He came to see me a little ways back. Said he had to go into hiding. Never asked why. He was here to collect his personals, complain about Harlow to me, and say goodbye. In that order.
He didn't tell you anything about
No,
him?
and he was particular about that. Said I was better off not getting entangled in his mess. Little late for that, says I.
How much do you know about Harlow?
Precious little. He and Rufus worked together on the Groundbreaker some years back before he vanished. A few years later, Rufus gets a message from an old friend. Something about starting a revolution, something about getting rich. Abandoned his work and ran off that very day.
Interesting. Sound familiar, Felix?
He must have been recruiting, gathering up his band of revolutionaries.
Word of advice, kid? Anybody carrying on about a revolution just wants to sell you something. I don't know Harlow. Never
I
so
agree
much
with
as
that.
bandied a word with the fellow. You're better off having this discussion with Rufus. Appreciate it. No offense meant. Just been a long day is all.
Alright. You're nice enough. Back to the Emerald Vale.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix... We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Join forces with the Iconoclast Radicals.
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it.
Huh. Still talking about Zoe? Been a while since I've been back here. Rosanna.
Everyone all right?
Got it. Heads down. Our skills are unrivaled.
What's up, Holmes?
I don't know who you are or why you're prowling around here, but I'm willing to make a guess. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? He sent you after me.
What makes you think I work for Harlow?
Right. You just stumbled into a camp full of armed strangers because you wanted directions. How much is Harlow paying you?
Doing this as a favor.
A favor, huh? Let me guess. He promised you some reward in the brave new world that was to come. Said he'd make you his lieutenant if you crossed me off.
It's about the
Thing
size of
is,
it.
You and I are at an impasse. Harlow wants me dead, and I've got no intention of dying.
Why did you betray Harlow?
How do I know that I can trust you?
What's the worst that could happen? Harlow sends a stranger with a gun after you?
Yeah, guess that's a fair point. Listen, I don't know what lies Harlow's dripped down your ear, but you'd be a fool to trust him. I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years. All that palaver about revolutions? It's a lie.
You're a real piece of work, Trask. Not just a turncoat, but a liar, too.
Go piss up a rope, kid. I've got nothing to prove to you. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another board asset. A two-bit mercenary wearing a dissident's clothes.
You're asking me to take for your word. Show me some evidence.
Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence between Harlow and his employer. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task.
Yeah, there is. You're looking at him.
Huh. You ain't like other board agents I heard about. You got a functioning spine. You want to confront Harlow yourself? Be my guest. I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base, there's an old vent in a utility corridor. I stashed my evidence in that vent.
Why would they buy off Harlow?
Because he's for sale. Anything the board can buy, the board will buy. And that includes loyalty. Harlow was a charismatic bastard, and he was ruthless. With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler, and a gang leader all rolled up into one odious excuse for a human being. Sounds like a deal to me.
What was he doing for him?
Board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed, capturing anybody the board wanted captured. If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. Gather up the captives on his own ship, vanish for a couple of days. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. Re-education, Tartarus, maybe worse.
Alright.
Take it you've made up your mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get those papers.
You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. I'm never going back to that life again. Here, take the ring. And for what it's worth, my gratitude.
Take care, buddy.
That machine stole my bits. Why do we even have
Let's read these things. These receipts detail payments made to C. Harlow on behalf of the board for freelancing services. Included are the names of several freighters targeted by Harlow's crew, their manifests, and the sum value of all the cargo delivered to board authorities. He is the traitor. What are you doing, you jerk?
What's the word?
It's done. Trask is dead.
So it is. Thus ends Rufus Trask. Once a sensible man, by and by a fool, presently a corpse. I hope you never have to discover what it is like, Captain. The relief one feels when a mutiny comes to an end.
And Trask had some things to say about you. And I've got my own misgivings.
Trask told me you've been working for the board.
That's a damning accusation. Am I right to presume you have some evidence on hand?
Yep. Been bought off. I've got receipts.
Those papers don't prove a thing. We've all done business with the board. They own the whole damn colony. Trask put you up to this. That miserable wretch. He's trying to undermine everything I stand for.
When we met, you told me Trask was an informant for the board. You were lying.
You've got a lot of nerve calling me a liar to my face.
Why would Trask rat you out to your own employers?
How should I know? What the hell do I care? Trask was a traitor, and I didn't ask you to understand his motives. I asked you to cross him off.
Clyde, look me in the eye and tell me it's not true. Tell me, and I'll believe you.
Don't talk to me like I'm some common criminal, Felix. You're the one on trial, not me. I don't know what kind of poison that snake dripped in your ear, but as far as I'm concerned, you've been compromised.
Don't do it, Harlow. Alright, level up. So sneak attacks ignore 50% of the target's armor. Do I even need that? Because my long gun criticals already ignore 100% armor. And when I sneak attack, I deal critical, I think. So I think I need, let's get some more lock picking. This companion is down. They heal back some health and continue fighting. Yes, let's do this.
This is definitely not how I imagined it'd end. The void's black, water's wet, and Clyde hated the board. That's something I just knew. Now? I don't know. I don't know what to think.
You never really know what's going on inside somebody's skull.
No. I guess you really don't. I've just got a lot on my mind right now. This is a lot to take in. I always looked up to Clyde. The thought that he could be an agent of the board is just abhorrent to me.
I can understand why you're upset. You feel like he betrayed you.
Yeah, he did. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna get over that.
It'll pass. Give it time.
I hope so. I don't see this one passing anytime soon. You've given me a lot to think about. I'm gonna be mulling over this whole mess for a couple of days. Part of me wishes we'd put Trask in the ground. But, you know, I think that's just my frustration talking. Thanks for your time, boss.
You got it, buddy. Alright, the Ice Palace. HRS 1084.
We've reached HRS-1084, Captain. It's emitting a very weak docking signal. I almost mislabeled it as normal etheric static.
Let me break down this extra stuff I picked up. Excuse me.
Remember that you are...
Let's mix it up. Let's do Arvadi and Ellie. The other two I haven't been using.
I've done plenty of smuggling runs, but this thing with the chemicals...
It's quiet as the grave in here. We should get the power generator going again. Might cheer up the place.
Putting safety not guaranteed. Loose lips, sink ships.
There are a lot of charging...
Sealed. Fresh traps. Modify generator mode normal. Error flushing toilet. See maintenance log for details. Utility status report. Critical issues: a toilet in the maintenance barracks does not flush. Replacement part ordered over 1,000 days ago. Alta Vitae gas leaking from the storage tanks. Uh-oh. Already set to not critical. Management does not utilize the Alta Vitae gas in tank storage room. Sensors detect that the new laboratory scent air freshener is running low. Work order already exists.
Captain,
Okay.
I've been attempting to contact you with urgent news. However, communicational
Yeah,
functionality
is she
was
gonna tell us the
impaired
Alta
due to
Vitae
power
gas
outage.
that's in here?
A UDL vessel has been tracking our position and
Oh,
just recently
frick.
docked with the station. They are patching into the station's transmission lines now. I cannot stop.
I've been waiting for this day since we tagged your ship in Cascadia, Captain. So glad we finally have this opportunity. My ship is docked with 1084. There's no escape.
I think you've got the wrong guy.
I think not. The refueling system at Cascadia's landing pad logged your ship ID. You've been poking your nose into restricted locations. This makes my superiors unhappy. I could peel your ship open like a can of Forest. But I'm in a sporting mood.
What was that? You want me to hit this big self-destruct button?
I didn't say that. How did you gain access to that system? Stop it at once.
Welcome to hell, Commander.
Did you hit it yet? What's happening in there? I don't know who you are, but I have nothing to gain by risking my hide against a lunatic. Commander out.
The UDL gunship is undocking from the station. They appear to be departing into space.
Nice. I've never been great at de-escalation.
I wonder what they would have done to me. I mean, there's nothing freaking... My sniper rifle shots do like 3,000 damage a hit. You know, there's... I don't know if there's anything in this game that can hit me, or I haven't come across it yet. Oh. It's awesome. It's sealed, so I gotta go down the stairs, I think. Can I sneak through here?
Okay.
Blank UDL card. Code key card. Nice. I was too close.
Watch your step.
Oh. Having been shocked too many times, you become sensitive to shock damage. Sure, I'll accept that. Alright, let's see. This increase the range at which all interactable objects around you highlight without requiring you to directly look at them. Yeah, let's do that. Not used while in combat. What? Disengage checkpoint security. Log Mama Bear, docks. What the flip is this? Subject Dr. Charles McNulty, alive, unstable, stasis active. Subject should not be revived until a method for stabilizing his condition is found. Subject Dr. James Guthrie, extremely unstable. Subject will need extensive nucleon resequencing for any chance of viable extraction. So sorry it ended up like this, James. We will come back for you and fix all this, I swear on it. Please forgive us. Well, these are the human trials people from the other lab. Dr. Claire Pearsall. Dyer, make sure resuscitation devices are on hand upon revival. Please hold on, Claire. We almost had it this time. I swear we'll bring you back. Sad. Security, routine, modify system access, insert sublight overwrite charge. Project summary. Further the chimeric sciences via the targeted modification of human nucleon using strands obtained from halcyon native fauna. Redacted subject morale. It has come to my attention that a culture of distrust has soured relations between the HRS 1084's research staff and security personnel. Many of you have submitted requests for early dismissal. To the research staff, the importance of your work supersedes any interpersonal conflict. To our security personnel, there will be no early dismissal. You'll also notice that your employment contract has no set end date. We can enjoy a discussion of morale and its impact on success metrics once the question of humanity's place in the Halcyon colony is answered. In the meantime, get back to work. Wow. We almost lost Charlie. It was a runaway resequencing shift. Once it started, it kept going, spreading beyond the isolated tissue to a full-blown systemic infiltration. He said it was like every organ was itchy. Ugh. I told him we'd ice him, freeze him until we could work out how to reverse what had gone wrong. Every time Laura walked by me, she rubbed my shoulders and asked me to take a different reading. They didn't need to be taken. It was just to keep my mind occupied. She's been checking on me every hour since. We had to put Claire on ice today. She said the others drew straws. Claire lost. The change was slower this time. At first the resequence stayed within normal parameters, but then it spread again, just like with Charlie. Tomorrow I'm reaching out to my handler directly. I need some answers. I wonder how Guthrie's doing. I hear symphony music from under his door. This log is being entered by Dr. Fall. I had to prescribe Dr. Chartrand enough sedatives to knock out a primal. Yesterday morning, Dr. Guthrie and I drew straws to decide which of us would be the next test subject. He pulled the short one. No new developments. After all our sacrifices, it still feels like we're miles away from a breakthrough. Ava hasn't forgiven herself for the losses. Maybe some time away from HRS 1084 would clear her mind. The board confirmed receipt of my report and transmitted our recall notice. We're just awaiting transport. I wish we could take some time away from the project to clear our heads, but we're not even close to that point. Okay. Transmission begins. Chartrand. Is anyone listening on this frequency? Who is this? Project lead on 1084. I wanted. Station 1084, you have orders to maintain wireless silence until the mission end state is achieved. Executive override password antediluvian. Audible sigh. What can I do for you, Doctor? The board told me they would deliver my queries about our transcription problem on the Cornelius Vanderbilt. Where are we with that? I'm afraid I can't provide an updated status at this time, Doctor. The assault cruiser should have arrived on Earth by now. My query was addressed to the Chimerical Research Department at George de Hevesy Institute in Budapest. One of my associates will reach out when we have an update. When? Aren't you in contact with the assault cruiser? What happened out there? Station 1084, misuse of this channel is a fireable offense, as is abusing your executive overrides. Save in cases of emergency. Damn it, this is an emergency. Transmission ends. Executive override for use. Chartrand E discontinued. Duration indefinite. Wow.
Job
Messing
done.
up out here.
We can go home to the ship, right? I've been missing Ada fierce.
Wait, Chartrand? We've seen that name before, back in Cascadia. Don't know how you managed to get Zora and Sanjar in the same room.
How do we get in there? I'll have to come back when my lockpicking skill is 100. Which looks like it could be next level.
Where are we headed today, Captain? The stars are the limit. Captain, I wish to offer my commendations for convincing the UDL's gunship to leave HRS-1084. I did not favor the idea of being stripped and sold for parts.
You're welcome.
Back. Mm-hmm. The Groundbreaker has approved our request.
It's CNP.
Finally, a base of our own. Soon we'll have eyes on every corner of the system. Well done, Captain.
The base had scientists in suspension tanks. Some might still be alive.
I heard about that. While my lawyers scratch their heads wondering how we deal with human salvage, I'm leaving the researchers in hibernation. Aside from the automated security, did you meet any resistance at the station?
Yes. A UDL gunship buzzed the station, but I convinced them to back off.
I knew it. They've been shadowing us since Monarch, maybe even longer. I've been less than honest with you. Your assignments weren't strictly about the salvage business. You might have figured that out already.
I'm listening.
After the Monarch job, I started connecting the dots. I didn't like the picture. Then what we found at Station 1084 confirmed my fears. You and I have stumbled onto something big. Something none of us were meant to know.
You had my interest. Now you have my attention.
Glad to know it, Captain. Ask yourself why a skeleton crew was studying that Alta Vitae gas in secret. Ask yourself why stockpiles were hidden on a planet full of monsters.
We could kill him.
Before we go any further, I want you to keep an open mind. Can you do that for me, Captain?
Sure.
Aliens. I'm talking about aliens. They're the ones responsible for the deaths at 1084, and who knows what else. We have to put a stop to it.
Aliens?
Hear me out. I'm saying it's aliens. I'm not asking you to like it. I'm not even asking you to believe it. But I need to act on this threat to the colony, and I can't do it alone.
Well, at least she doesn't expect us to believe it.
This doesn't feel at all right, Captain.
Your crew is skeptical. That's good. I don't want you walking into the unknown with blindfolds on. I assume you have questions?
I'll rock and roll with it.
If we're gonna see this through, I'll need your trust and commitment. Now's the time for setting doubts aside.
When you say aliens, what are we talking about here?
Conspiracy. One carried out with the help of human collaborators, assuming they haven't all been replaced. This is an invasion of our very cells. That damned gas is mixing our nucleon with halcyon biology to twist us, change us, make us more like those monsters on Monarch.
I see that. It's not quite the aliens I'm thinking of, but they were talking about those scientists going under some kind of change.
No kidding. That's how they want it. When I lined up the evidence in my spreadsheet, there was only one possible conclusion looking back at me. This is my data talking, not my anxiety or lack of sleep.
Alright, tell me what needs to be done.
Dr. Chartrand is the crooked psychopath behind the gas experiments. She sold out her species, and I need you to put a bullet through her skull.
I don't know, those... Why does she need to die?
She's a research scientist and a damn good one. Before UDL poached her, she engineered a 0.2% increase in cystipig juiciness. Now she's doing the same thing with humanity.
Her fingerprints were all over Station 1084. You saw what she did to her team.
She was taking sedatives to sleep. I don't think she's like that. But your concern for the fate of our species is admirable.
You've got me all wrong. I just want to add Savior of Humanity to my resume. I've got ambitions outside of this office, you know. Besides, this way Sublight gets first dibs on alien salvage.
Science 1, the labs I passed through didn't seem that evil.
Do you usually come across innocent people trapped in suspension tanks? Because some of us would call that excessive. Remember, the tanks were just the shit she left behind. Just imagine the experiments she carted off to her next lab.
Alright, I'll take the job.
This key card will get you through the front door of her Byzantium estate. Don't ask how I got it. You might not like the answer. By now, the other side knows what you're doing. Don't trust anything Chartrand says. She's compromised down to the bone. Maybe even deeper than that.
I'm not convinced. But I think that's where I'm going to leave it off, so go ahead and make a couple saves. Yeah, I'm going to head off to bed. I appreciate anybody who stopped by and was hanging out and chatting. Sir and Lorient, really appreciate you guys hanging out for a little bit. And specifically Lorient34, thank you so much for that resubscription. Really, really appreciate that, man. High five to you once again. And I will see some of you guys back next time. Have a good one.